aim in, and we'll see what these do. Now, I don't actually want to ram this guy, but I do want to test these. Okay, that did not the best amount of damage. Okay. All of England here, and today we are taking a look at a new battleship. Now, as you probably see on screen at the moment, we are looking at the Dante Alighieri, which is the Tier 4 Italian battleship. Now, I saw on the World of Warships news that Prime Gaming users will be able to get early access to this, meaning I'm obviously able to show you this now because I do have Prime Gaming, so I thought, right, okay, well, I'll get this sort of set up and then just sort of make a first impressions video. Now, at the moment, this is my first battle, so you're going to see my sort of, I guess, my general first impressions of how this plays, and just really just what I think of the ship. Now, for my build, I mean, it is mainly speculative because I've not played in it and I don't really know how they perform, so I'm just going to really give it a go. So for the upgrades, I've gone for the Auxiliary Armaments Modification 1 and the Control System Modification 1, as you can see on screen, and that's just because this thing's got 20 secondaries. I mean, the range of them, it's not the best, only 4 kilometers, but because there are so many, I just thought, okay, well, I don't really want them knocked out in case I do need to use them, so we'll just see how that turns out. Now, for the captain skills, I've gone for gun feed, as obviously I'm not entirely sure how the SAP is going to actually be working with these sort of like much higher caliber guns. So if I need to go to armor piercing or something, then I can do that. Grease the gears, I mean, that's just to get these turrets turning a bit faster, so they, as a base, start off at 60 seconds turret traverse, so, you know, just to get that increased turret traverse would be good. And then the long range secondary batteries, just because it gives you, you know, obviously a better chance at hitting stuff, because then you've got a 5 kilometer range, so it's just a little bit better for actually getting secondaries. But I mean, this is just really trying it out, so if it doesn't work out for me, then I'll probably try a different skill, say Adrenaline Rush or something. And then lastly but not least is the Deadeye, and that's just because I want to get sort of the best, I guess, dispersion that I can. As one of the things with these ships, they do suffer pretty badly from bad Sigma. However, if I can at least get the dispersion down, then the Sigma is going to have a sort of, well, not less of an effect, but I mean, the actual dispersion of the shells means that, you know, there's a better chance they're going to hit their intended target. I mean, yeah, Deadeye, it's obviously with the base concealment, and you can see at the moment, because I've not got Concealment Expert, it's 12.1, so I did go for Deadeye, but at the same time, there's only, I guess, a small window of opportunity to actually use it here, so we'll just really see how that comes into effect. And again, if that doesn't work too well, then I'm just going to try and see if I can go for something else, say like Concealment Expert or something. But I mean, this again will help with dispersion, so I'll just get even more sort of accurate shots. Now, one thing I've noticed already is that this thing has got a pretty low amount of HP. I mean, compared to all the other sort of Tier 4 battleships, well, we're just going to quickly try out shooting this SAP. So, okay, the dispersion looking good with these buffs. Oh yeah, you can see the Sigma taking effect there. And yeah, 6k, rather good. But you can see it's got 36,000 HP, which isn't the best, because, you know, you see there's quite a few other ships which have got, say, like 40,000 or something, but, you know, this is on a lot lower HP than quite a few of the other battleships that are available in the game. So I guess we'll just have to see what the long-term play in the ship is in terms of, you know, does it have the lasting potential to stay to the end of battles, or will it get taken out too fast due to its severe lack of HP. And speaking of a severe lack of things, the anti-air, it's not really the best. You know, we're going to see how those perform against this enemy around. Thankfully, obviously, those do not the most amount of HP in terms of damage. Okay, we've got 2 pens, 3,000 damage. I mean, it looks alright, but I'm guessing with these SAP shells, we're definitely going to have to aim more for the weaker areas of the ships. But I mean, it's actually quite good because we're firing it now at a ship which is sort of, you know, going sort of directly away from us, so we can mainly see its stern. So it's going to be quite, I guess, a small target to hit. So it's better to try and use this instead of armor piercing, which would probably just ricochet off. Now we'll just fire a few more, and okay, it looks like the Ryan is going for me. Yeah, we're probably going to take both of those, unfortunately. Don't think they're going to hit the torpedo protection. The one at the rear is probably going to knock. Okay, oh yeah, there we go. Knocked out my engine, unfortunately. That's not too good. So, okay, by the looks of it, by having multiple ships in an AA bubble doesn't really affect them. So yeah, the AA rating's not the best. I mean, it's better than some. I think it's better than the French. It's somewhat better than the French Tier 4. but even so, it's still on the lower spectrum, especially considering when you've got the Orion, which is the Tier 4 British battleship, which has got an AA rating of 42, I believe. So definitely something to watch out for. Now, we do have an enemy Mutsuki here, which is a little bit worrying. So, okay, our carrier is pretty far away, so I don't think he's going to be spotting anything. Yeah, his planes are going back to his ship there. So I think it's just up to us to actually spot it. Now, the enemy carrier seems to be targeting us, which is a little bit scary, but hey, okay, that's fine. He'll probably be going for the other Dante Alighieri, and then we're just going to aim for this guy here, see if we can get some shots in, and in a little bit, and see who he goes for. Now, I am curious because it looks like, okay, the Jean-Louis is currently detected, so I'm guessing, it's probably because he's got his anti-air going, that's probably why. However, we have got the Königsberg, so we'll see how these SOP shells affect a less armoured target, and he's currently going broadside, so I mean, armour piercing would be preferable here. I mean, I could switch, but I just want to see how these shells actually affect lightly armoured targets such as this, so we'll just test that out now. As long as he doesn't turn out, I mean, if he does, then maybe the Sigma could aid us here, but ooh, okay, that was a 5k salvo there. That was very good indeed. Okay, so yeah, lesser armor targets, the SAP definitely does what it says on the tin. That does a good amount of damage. So overall, these guns are looking pretty good. So I can only imagine what top tier SAP shells on these battleships are going to be like. I mean, the one thing you'll also notice as well, there is the lack of the crawling smoke screen, because that's something that's reserved only for the higher tier battleships on the Italian line. But that's still no worry, because I mean, that would be, I guess that could probably be either exploited or, oh wow, that was pretty awful. I think that was more bad aiming on my part there as well, so I can't entirely blame that on the bad dispersion, because that was just me not hitting my shots. Now we are getting back up here. I'm not entirely sure who I should go for here, because we've got the guy at 11 kilometers who's currently being, you know, yeah, I could go for the Arkansas Beta here and just see if I can get some more shots on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. We'll see if these manage to finish him off and hit his superstructure. Oh, I left him with 157. Okay, if someone can finish him off, that would be amazing. Just to get a single gun out of the battle is always good. Oh, and that much. We'll see what it's like shooting one of these as well, to see how the armor fares. I mean, I've only really been shot by carriers, so they've not really done too much in terms of damage. We'll see what it's like, and I might actually load some armor piercing here just to see what the armor piercing's like as well. Going to the side of a battleship, and yeah, 2 penetrations, 3k. Yeah, it's not the best. I think this should probably be reserved for just generally cruisers and destroyers, and the SAP should only be when a ship's just trying to angle away from you. Now, I have just seen the enemy carrier, and I'm curious. Oh wow, okay, well done. That's a good job from that destroyer there. Yeah, the Mutsuki. And let's see if we can get some shots on the side of this guy here and see what we can do. Now he's aiming at me at the moment, so I'm just gonna. Okay, yeah, that's showing the extent of its range. Yeah, the dispersion, or at least these Sigmas, are really not helping here. Okay, that's not too good. I'm gonna see what I can do with this enemy Ryan and see if I can give him a bit of a smack, because at the moment having the carrier. Ooh. I've just noticed, okay, our capture point is currently in a bit of danger from enemy ships. That's not good. Okay, the Ryan is starting to move. We'll just start firing here and see if we can knock him out. But I mean, once we can take the Ryan out, that mean, it'll be a lot harder for the enemies to actually contest the cap, or at least stop the capture of it. Then we should probably have a good chance of actually getting that. And the Königsberg's currently got, yeah, he's dead. Nice, that's good. And we could probably actually get a cap here. So the enemy team's kind of lemminged all the way onto that side. We did have somewhat of a resistance on that side, which is good. So that slowed it down, so we can at least try and get across here. And it looks like we've done quite well. So now we'll just go for some more shots here. The arm piercing. See if we can possibly get a citadel here. We'll see. Okay, 10k, nice. I mean, I'm going to be honest, you could probably do that in any battleships. That's not really anything amazing. But I mean, it's performing somewhat averagely. I'm just quite sad I didn't really get to try out the SAP on a destroyer, because they're all over here. I'm just hoping they'll actually come over and try and stop us from capping soon, but we will see. Now just reload this armor piercing, see if we can actually secure the kill, or maybe someone else will get it. Yeah, okay, I'm glad I held off my shots there because I could see someone else was coming in. So now we'll go for the enemy Dante here and try to knock him out. Okay, now he is on the very extent of my range now, and he is turning. We'll just try it. We'll try it and see how the arm piercing performs compared to the SAP. It looks like yeah, okay, that's really not performing too well there. So I think we'll stick to to SAP then with that, and go for this guy here. And it does look like we've actually won. Here we go. Yep, so we are past 3/4 of the way of capping this point, meaning we've won. And yeah, I mean, it's somewhat slow. The guns, they do perform quite well. I've not actually had a direct engagement with someone where someone's shot me back yet. So we'll really have to try that in another game, but we'll just see if we can finish this guy off before the game concludes. Oh, okay, it looks like we could steal the kill, maybe. Wow, okay, we did not steal the kill and we managed to cap the point. Okay, yeah, the SAP does look like it's hit or miss on battleships, but for cruisers, I guess we'll just have to see if we can try and get that at a shorter range. But I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, so 40 target hits, we got 47,000 damage. It's not really the best, and the 3 aircraft shot down. I mean, yeah, the anti-air is not the best, but it's still able to somewhat defend itself. I mean, yeah, middle of the team, pretty average here. But I mean, for a first game, that's quite good. By the looks of it, it seems a lot more people have actually got this ship now compared to the first game, as you can see. Yeah, over a third of the enemy ships are actually playing in this ship now, so there's not really too much diversity. However, it yeah, in chat, okay, prime game and nice. But thankfully, as you can see, we actually have some enemy destroyers. So rather than going round to the left side over here, I'm gonna try and go down the middle and see if I can engage any of the other destroyers. And well, because they'll probably come down the middle potentially, and possibly get some shots on them. Now, I did try and shoot some in the last game, but there's only a single destroyer in there and managed to get a single hit. So it didn't really represent what they do to a ship, so I really want to see what it is close and personal, as well as I want to do a bit more brawling this game as well, just to see if the secondaries go well. Now, I did change the Deadeye skill because, you know, a lot of the ships, they were pretty much always inside my concealment range, so instead I've gone for close quarters combat, which just then means I now get a sort of improved reload time when they're coming into close quarters, and as well as that I also get a buff on my secondary reload time, so I can just get a little bit more damage on, especially when I'm brawling. So we'll just see if this performs better as a brawler rather than the long range that you saw earlier. Okay, so it looks like the Clemson's over there. Okay, that's one of them. I'm just hoping one of these destroyers comes through to the middle. I'm really hoping so, but I'm not holding my breath. Now then, we'll see if this Hermes tries to do anything, but yeah, okay, it looks like there's only the single Clemson there, and hello, I see a Dante. Okay, we'll see. If no one's coming through the middle, yeah, if no one's coming through the middle, we'll get our guns aimed over here, and it looks like he. Come on, come this way. No, he's going for the other guy. He's going for Jim 2002. That is a shame. Okay, come on. If he comes this way, we should be. Oh, what is he doing? Okay, the Dante's been basically knocked out, so it looks like this is our choice, and the T-170 is on a suicide run because he's going into ships that have got SAP and large caliber SAP. Yeah, he's getting knocked out pretty fast here. Okay, well, looks like we're going to have a chance for that one. We'll see if we've got any destroyers over here. Good, okay. So we've got the Isokazi here, so we'll just get our guns turned, see if we can. Rude. If we can hit this guy instead. Let's have a look. Come on, turn. Okay, we'll see if that was enough lead. I'm not entirely sure if it was. Come on. Alright, 2 hits. That looked like it more got the superstructure than anything, so that didn't actually hit the hull there. So, I mean, we only got 1.5k for 2 hits. But okay, that's quite good. And I'm just going to keep on going because at the moment it looks like I'm being pursued by, by 2 Alighieris here. And thankfully their SAP's not doing too much damage towards me at the moment. But I don't want to stick around to find out to see if they can do any more. Now I'll aim a little bit higher here and see if we can do anything to this guy, but I'm actually going to load up some armor piercing just to see if I can... 1 second, there's a delay. No, okay, I'm going to switch around here instead to see if we can get some shots on him. Yeah, our Phoenix is about to get killed here. That's quite bad. Yeah, there we go. Oh, wow, he just unloaded an entire salvo just to secure the... Oh, no, that is the Sigma for you. That is the... Ow! That is the Sigma for you. Okay, nice. Well... Wait, he has more? He didn't even unload his entire salvo there. That's impressive how much that just did then. Wow. That was with SAP. Okay, well... We'll just smack. Okay, they've finally managed to knock him out. That's good. The SAP did a pitiful amount of damage then. However, it looks like he's not going to be taking any shots here. Oh, okay. So he's okay. The one going through the middle is engaging. Oh, come on, come on. This is just teasing me, man. As soon as I'm loading armor piercing, it's like, nope. Today we're gonna be showing you all the destroyers as soon as you can't do anything about them. Okay, the secondaries are popping off though. That's good. You know what? Okay, we'll just fire like this instead. See if we can knock out some of his main guns and then go straight for the sap. Okay, we overmatched. Okay, wow, impressive. Well, the secondaries are now going off, and we'll see if we can. Okay, we're evading shots here from the torpedoes, which is good. The only thing is the class horn is also going to be dropping some torpedoes here, and we'll see how they work as well. Okay, hopefully he's dropped torpedoes or he's dropping them behind. So I'm gonna stay angled like this just so I can aim in, and we'll see what these do. Now I don't actually want to ram this guy, but I do want to test these. Okay, that did not the best amount of damage. Okay, come on, come on. These should theoretically destroy him. There we go. Unfortunately, he's gotten all of his torpedoes off, meaning we're gonna... Oh, we are... Yeah, we're dead. We're out. Wait, we're not out? Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. That's interesting. I don't know how that's happened. Come on, come on. Heal, heal. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Oh! Okay, we've got a heal going. We've got a heal going. We can get another shot on this guy. Come on. Come on. This should destroy him. Come on. Come on! No! Okay, those are devastating towards destroyers. Brilliant. Okay, we didn't perform the best there. I mean, obviously he was getting torpedoes ready, but I just wanted to test out the SAP, and I can confirm that they do a pretty monstrous amount of damage to destroyers. Albeit, I don't know if that is actually any better than armor piercing, but that did feel a lot better than HE. But maybe that's just me with some rose-tinted sunglasses on because we're trying out a new shell type, but I think that performed very well. Now, I think that's really it in terms of what we're going to be doing with this. I mean, it's just I really wanted to test out in some battles, and I think that's sort of shown how it performs just generally with going against most ships there. We've not really managed to shoot too many light cruisers, but I mean, the times we have, it's shown that the SAP does seem to perform better than going against other battleships, which is how it should perform, which is good. So I think once there's a little bit more variety in what ships we're going against, because at the moment, obviously, yeah, you can see it's being taken up mainly by battleships here, meaning that there's not really much room for cruisers. So when that calms down, I can really test that more in terms just to see how that's going with going against cruisers. But I think it is looking good. I mean, with all of the nerfs that they've been doing in the devlogs, it looks like it is actually performing pretty averagely. And considering this is tier 4, this is just really a taste of what's to come. So I'm looking forward towards the new Italian battleship event, which has recently been announced. And here we go. We're going to see what this does here. Does he knock him out? Okay, the Shenyang just manages to snipe that between some of the shells there, but that seems to do some damage. But I mean, I think they just look pretty well balanced actually. So they've not made something horrendously overpowered that will just need to be smacked with the with a nerf hammer. But I mean, it still remains to be seen what the higher tiers are going to be like. So obviously tier 4, this looks like it's actually going to be somewhat pretty balanced because it's not one-shotting destroyers, which is actually quite good. It's just doing a pretty crazy amount of damage to them, but at the same time, high explosive could arguably do the same amount. So in general, they just look like they're going to be some pretty fun ships. So once the Italian battleship event comes out, I'll be doing the first impressions on all of the sort of upcoming ships as well, so from tier 5 to 9, and then if possible I'll also get a video on the new tier 10 when that becomes available. So that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, I've tried getting it out as quick as I can and, you know, making it the best quality as possible. And so if you want to see anything in future, any of the new Italian battleships once they come out, or just generally want to see updates from myself or just any gameplay, then make sure to subscribe and, you know, just watch for more videos in future. And that's it from me, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.